Let's talk about a $1 trillion problem we're all pretending to solve. Right now in America, we are prescribing antidepressants at a rate we've never seen in human history. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And yet, the reported rates of anxiety, loneliness, and depression, they're not just holding steady. They're climbing. It's not working. Not like it should. So we have to ask the uncomfortable question. What if the solution isn't just a stronger pill or a more complex diagnosis, but a completely different operating system for the human mind? What if that system has been stress tested daily, inside a community living right in your own city for generations? I'm your name. For over 20 years, I've been documenting what happens when ancient spiritual disciplines crash headfirst into modern American life. And what I've learned specifically about the Islamic approach to mental resilience didn't just surprise me. It completely reframed my understanding of what mental health could even look like. This isn't about faith, it's about a framework that works, and we've been overlooking it. Now, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a scholar, and this is absolutely not about conversion. Let's get that off the table immediately. This is about applied psychology. It's about mechanisms for resilience that I've seen work on the ground in real time. I've spent 2 decades sitting across from people, Muslim psychologists in Chicago, neuroscientists in Toronto, entrepreneurs in London who use these principles not just to cope, but to build what I can only describe as a frightening level of mental fortitude. They face the same traffic, the same bills, the same bad news cycles we all do, but their internal software is different. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 core concepts of that software. This is the untold strength I've witnessed. And here's my contract with you. If you genuinely apply even one of these concepts this week, you will feel a tangible difference in your stress levels. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. Let's start with concept 1, and it's the one we get most catastrophically wrong in the West. It's called tawakkul, Arabic ta, Arabic wow, Arabic calf, Arabic lamb. We often lazily translate this as fatalism or blind trust in God. The idea that you just throw your hands up and say, "It's in God's hands," and then do nothing. I used to think that was the most passive, even irresponsible concept. I was dead wrong. And that misreading is why we miss its sheer brilliance. Here's the shocking tactical truth. Tawakkul is not a single action. It's a deliberate 2-stage protocol for stress inoculation. It's a psychological algorithm. Stage 1 is absolute maximum human effort. You plan like a strategist. You work like your life depends on it. You exhaust every single option, every resource, every ounce of your skill. There is no passivity here. It's grueling, focused action. Then, and only after you have done literally everything in your power, you engage stage 2, the conscious, mental surrender of the outcome. You decouple your inner peace from the results you can no longer control. You've done your job. The rest is not your burden to carry. A neuroscientist I spoke to in California put it perfectly. Modern psychology is now chasing this exact state and calling it detached engagement, or the serenity to accept what you cannot change. It's the pinnacle of performance under pressure. But here's the kicker. Muslim practitioners have been running this exact 2-step protocol daily for over 1,400 years. Think about that. What our most advanced labs are publishing papers on, they've had a user manual for since the 7th century. It's not mystical, it's methodological, which leads us directly to concept 2. And this is the one that genuinely blows the minds of every therapist I explain it to. The 5 daily prayers, the Salah. From the outside, it looks like a simple, repetitive ritual. But when you break it down biomechanically and psychologically, it reveals itself as something far more profound. Each prayer session is a forced, structured mental health intervention that mirrors the gold standard protocol in modern therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. Let me break it down. First, you have an external trigger, the call to prayer or a set time. This forces a hard break in your chain of anxious, ruminative thoughts. You physically disengage from your work, your worry, your screen. In therapy terms, that's behavioral activation, interrupting the negative cycle. Then you go through a series of precise, mindful movements and recitations. You're not just chanting. You're verbally reaffirming gratitude, seeking strength, acknowledging a power greater than your anxiety. You are, quite literally, reprogramming your core cognitive scripts. You replace "I can't handle this" with affirmations of capability and perspective. And then you return to your world. It's a scheduled, non-negotiable system reset for your psyche. We have decades of data on the benefits of mindfulness meditation. Salah is that, but with a built-in cognitive scaffold. It's meditation with a script designed to rebuild identity. The real insight, it's not a break from productivity, it's the foundational system that enables sustainable high-performance productivity. It prevents burnout by design, not by accident. All of this brings us to the third pillar, and in our current age, it might be the most radical of all. Concept 3. The community, the Ummah. We have a diagnosed loneliness epidemic. Our solution: digital connection, which often deepens the isolation. The Islamic concept of Ummah is architecturally different. It is not a social club you opt into. It is a binding, mutual accountability network engineered to make existential isolation a functional impossibility. In this framework, your struggle is never yours alone. It's a shared responsibility. This is codified into law and social duty. There's zakat, not voluntary charity, but a mandatory financial redistribution to lift others materially. There is a duty to visit the sick, a duty to counsel the grieving, to feed the hungry. Your crisis triggers a social safety net by default. This isn't feel-good volunteerism. It's a social operating system where being a burden is an oxymoron. You are supposed to lean, and you are designed to be leaned on. In an era of hyper-individualism where we're told to fix ourselves in isolation, this communal ownership of well-being isn't just nice. It's a therapeutic revolution. It answers the core wound of our time. Does anyone see me? Does anyone care? The system is built to answer yes. So what does this mean for you right now, watching this in Portland or Birmingham or Toronto? You don't have to convert to a religion to audit this psychology. You can steal the framework. Here's your distilled secular takeaway. 1. The Tawakkul protocol. On any problem causing you anxiety, exhaust your effort completely. Then consciously, deliberately release your grip on the outcome. Your worth is in the attempt, not the result. 2. The Salah reset. Schedule mandatory, unplugged mental resets. Not passive scrolling, but active reframing. Use that time to verbally affirm what's good, what you're capable of, and to regain perspective. 3. The Ummah principle. Actively build or seek a real, obligation-based community. One where you have a duty to others and they to you. Move from a network of contacts to a web of mutual responsibility. That's it. That's the untold strength I've watched sustain people through recessions, loss, and chaos for 20 years. If this made you rethink what you thought you knew, hit the like button. It tells YouTube this is more than clickbait. It's a conversation we need to have. But more importantly, I truly want to hear from you. Which part of this framework hit home? Was it the structured discipline of the reset, the community fix for loneliness, or the anxiety protocol of work then release? Drop a comment below. I read them all. This dialogue is what makes it real. And if you want me to break down another ancient system for modern life, maybe the Buddhist approach to desire or the Stoic framework for fear, subscribe. We're just getting started. You are watching Deen and Discipline. Thanks for watching and for thinking a little deeper.